I'm hosting this evening, just finished the dress rehearsal, going through all the outstanding nominees. The winners are so impressive. I don't know how the jury's decided. It really is the creme de la creme of journalism here in the UK and internationally. Phenomenal evening awaits.
Good evening and welcome to the RTS Television Journalism Awards. This event is such an important date in our calendars because it gives us an opportunity to gather as an industry and celebrate the work and achievement of our colleagues.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Good evening, Britain, perhaps I should say. Good evening, Britain, the UK and the world. It is a delight to be up at the other end of the day to be your host this evening. I don't normally see you this time. Don't worry, I've had a nap. I hope we can enjoy, frankly, some moments of joy together tonight, because amidst all the darkness that's reflected in reporting, we're shining a light this evening on the best and most brilliant of our broadcast journalism, and that spotlight has never felt so necessary. So let's get on with the awards. Nations and Regions Reporter of the Year. The winner is Jonathan Brown.
This is something that you kind of don't really think of in the process of doing an investigation or doing journalistic work, so it's incredible to be kind of honoured in this way. The RTS is the gold standard when it comes to journalism awards, so it's absolutely amazing. I spent a year effectively investigating the reasons why young people were carrying knives, and that involved speaking to a lot of people who were affected by knife crime, people who'd lost relatives, so this was an opportunity for me to really shine a light on a subject which obviously we all know about, but the reasons why those people were in that situation, I think it is something that we tried to look into in a bit more detail. So we tried to really take a kind of real focus and real detail on what's a really significant issue and try and show how it's affecting people in our area.
On-demand journalism. The award goes to Vice News for stealing Ukraine's children inside Russia's camps.
A lot of work went into this from a lot of different people, both in London, New York, Russia, Ukraine, so it feels very rewarding to have won this, yeah. This story was about Ukrainian children who have essentially been illegally deported to Russia, over 19,000 of them. This could amount to one of the biggest war crimes to have taken place so far over the last 2 years. So I think it's incredibly important to highlight it and also to be able to hold the individuals accountable.
Network Daily News Programme. The winner is Channel 4 News.
This prize really is so special because, as we all know, journalism is a collective endeavour, and at Channel 4 News we are very much the sum of our parts. And as much as I would like to thank every single one of them, I will spare you that and do it in my own time. It is difficult times that we work in. Obviously, everyone has mentioned the terrible loss of lives from journalistic colleagues across the globe. We will forever honour their name and hopefully continue their great work and walk in their shadow. So thank you very much, RTS. Thank you very much for giving this great team the recognition. Enjoy the night.
Television Journalist of the Year. The award goes to Susanna of Channel 4 News.
This is an award of a lifetime, and to get it at a stage of my career where I feel like I'm still growing, still learning a lot from all the other hugely impressive journalists out there in the room tonight, across the industry, it's a massive honor. It's a massive honor. Large parts of my career, I never felt that I fitted into this industry. Despite coming from a privileged background, it's not just about race, it can be about gender, it can be about class, but I'm sure there's lots of people out there now who also feel that same way. And I just want to say to them that keep your head up, and this is for you too.
Emerging Young Talent of the Year. The winner is Joshua Stokes.
It's amazing to win. I didn't expect to win, given the category I was in. The two people I was up against were incredible. They do incredible work, so it was a real surprise to win. It means the world. It means the world for the Summerland story to be recognised. It means the world for the Isle of Man to be recognised in this way as well. As a regional journalist, it's amazing. I can't quite believe it.
The Political Journalist of the Year is Beth Rigby from Sky News.
Especially in an election year, our politicians have to be held to account. They should expect to be held to account, and our job is to scrutinise their policies, their politics, and keep the viewer informed. And I think it is really, I don't want to sound too earnest, but I really do think it is a vital pillar of our democracy, and that really motivates me. I want to tell the truth, and I want to winkle the truth out, or even if the politician doesn't want to be honest, that you expose that for the viewer. My main motivation in everything I do is to try and get my audience, get the viewer to better understand politics, because I genuinely believe it really matters to our country.
Network Presenter of the Year. The winner is Susanna Reid.
I'm not going to cry because then the Mail Online will have a go at me. That's honestly, I thought I'd been given the hosting job as a consolation prize. I can't believe it. This is the greatest honour in 20 years of presenting in breakfast television. The thing about breakfast television is you are literally in people's living rooms, but also bedrooms and kitchens. It's a unique place in people's broadcasting habits. You go in the morning, you have 2 hours of prep, you think you have an idea of what's on the agenda, and then you're on air at 6, a minute later, all hell could be breaking loose. It is just the best job in journalism.
The penultimate award is the RTS Special Award, given to recognise extraordinary achievements in the field of television journalism during the judging period. The winner of this year's special award is Martin Lewis.
We are a bizarre nation where you can talk about politics, sex and the clitoris, but you can't talk about how much money you spent on paying a workman or a plumber on your house. And we need to change that, because actually that is disempowering for the individual. I think you don't see this necessarily in other English-speaking countries. I think it is a peculiarity of the British system. I think it's partially a hangover from our class system, and the sooner we boot that out of the way, the better.
Consumer journalism may feel like a poor relation to politics, to public policy and to war reporting, but it absolutely manifestly directly impacts the lives of our viewers. We should invest more in it. I do not need any more work. That is not what this is about. I would love some bloody competition. Thank you.
The RTS is delighted to present this Outstanding Contribution Award to Kirsty Walk.
It really is a huge honour, and now, at last, my late mother might realise that what I've been doing all these years was a real job of sorts. We are one of the BBC's biggest brands, and I hope we'll still be one of the BBC's biggest brands in another 10 years. The BBC has been very good to me since I joined as part of the graduate entry programme at the tender age of 21. But I like to think I've done my bit for the BBC, as many of you have done too. The phrase the BBC's journalism sometimes make it sound a bit rarefied, rather than the work of hundreds of us, dedicated reporters, assignments desks, camera crews, editors and graphics. We all do what we do because we're passionate about the need for the best journalism and have always striven for journalism without fear or favour. That goes for all the nominees tonight, all the winners, and I'm so proud to be among you. Thank you very much to the RTS.